Hi, I'm Adam Whitmer presenting on the road ahead and the competition for Lucid Motors going forward. The road ahead is a really interesting conversation because it's full of positives and negatives. As we look at the slides, the positive side is that they are one of three companies that are going to be actually giving cars to customers out of the year 2021 to 2022, which is a positive. It's a big benefit. They have large goals for the future as well, with a goal of over 20,000 vehicles sold at the end of next year and 500 at the end of this year. So positive goals. Their early tests have even shown that they had a more efficient battery than their competition, which naturally is very important for an electric vehicle. So overall, the road ahead's looking good there. There are some negatives, though. First off is the risk involved with them. They haven't released any products to customers yet. Not a single vehicle. That's kind of a little bit of a red flag when it comes to investors, things like that, especially bearing in mind the fact that they've already put $4.5 billion into R&D and development and production of their vehicles without a single vehicle currently having been delivered. It's a little bit iffy. The other big risk going forward for the road ahead is the chip shortage that's been widely reported is most likely going to affect Lucid, just like it will affect all the electric cars and many different tech, companies in general. So that could get in the way of their goals for the future. When it comes to their competition, there's a list of competitors in the market. First off being Tesla, and the second being Rivian. Those are the two that are actually having cars produced to be released this year. Obviously, Tesla's been in the market for a number of years, while Rivian and Lucid are planning to release their first vehicles this year. So they're in a very similar boat, with Lucid being a little bit behind Rivian in their production schedule. Besides that, the competition is going to be fierce in the future, even if Tesla starts off with a very large lead because they've been in the market. 10 years afterwards, 20 years afterwards, sometimes that large lead doesn't necessarily matter. But they have people to worry about like Faraday Future, Canoo, Fisker, Lordstown Motors. They're all producing vehicles to compete directly with Lucid and Tesla. That's something they really need to keep in mind. When it comes to the main competition being Tesla, the biggest hurdle they have to cover is that the Lucid Air Dream, which is the high-end vehicle Lucid sells, compared to the high-end vehicle sold by Tesla, Lucid's goes for $170,000, while the Tesla Model S sells for roughly $90,000. So that is almost double the price of Tesla's competition. And while there are some benefits to each car, just like any vehicle, there's benefits and negatives. There's no single item that is the best in the industry. So that's a really big thing. They need to try to figure out if they want to compete with Tesla, who's already in the market, having already established themselves. So those are the main things that they have to worry about for the road ahead and for their competition. Making sure their launch is smooth to be able to fend off the competition like Rivian, and making sure that in the long term they can compete with Tesla. Yeah, thank you very much. We'll move on now to recommendations.